What's up, guys? Gave me Football Games, and I'm back giving you another drama script Saturday. Let me just hop right into it. I'm going to be go over Battleground briefly, then I'm going to head into Raw, then I'm going to head into SmackDown. So how Battleground started off, it was the tag team match. It was Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Sasha Banks, and Sasha Banks had an unknown partner, and guess who it turned out to be? It turned out to be Bayley. So Bayley finally makes her main roster debut at Battleground, which others should say if she didn't get drafted on SmackDown Live, then they should have just saved her debut for a bigger pay-per-view SummerSlam, which I agree with that as well, but we're not Vince and we don't run things, we're just fans. So Bayley makes her debut at Battleground, and Sasha Banks and Bayley defeat Dana Brooke and Charlotte. Go on for an okay match. The best match on the card, hands down, was Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, or El Generico, which you want to call him by. They've known each other for years, wrestled with each other for years, wrestled with each other for years. So yeah, obviously a fantastic match. If you were to watch Battleground, if there was any match on the card that you want to see, I suggest you go see that. 4.5 star match, just absolutely phenomenal. Another notable match was the main event. The Shield, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. And both commissioners and GMs were sitting in front of the table because the World Heavyweight Championship could switch sides. It could stay on SmackDown if Dean wins, or it could go to Raw if Roman or Seth Rollins wins. And Dean Ambrose wins the match with dirty deeds on Roman Reigns after Roman Reigns spears Seth Rollins, and Dean pins Roman Reigns. So the D push of Roman #1. That's one D push. There's two more coming on the way. Why I'm saying D push. So we go on to Raw, and the whole Raw locker room is out. And they announced that there is a new belt, since Raw does not have a main event title. They go out and announce a new belt, and guess what they call it? They decide to call this title the WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship. Universal World Heavyweight Championship. Sounds absolutely horrible. Does not roll off the tongue nice at all. This is what they call the title, and the worst part is they didn't even show it. So basically Seth Rollins indirectly is the champion because they already gave him his shot. He was like, yeah, you're the #1 contender, you're already in the main event of SummerSlam for this belt that we haven't seen yet. So they do 2 fatal 4-ways. The first one, Finn Balor wins. I keep forgetting who was in his match. And the second one, the fatal 4-way, Roman Reigns wins. After losing 24 hours ago, Roman Reigns wins his fatal 4-way match. In my opinion, I feel they should have saved this match for next week, but since, Raw is 3 hours, they have to find some way to fill the time. They make it the main event. So the main event is Finn Balor, non-demon mind you, versus Roman Reigns. And Finn Balor wins clean. Clean. Over Roman Reigns. So D push #2 for breaking the wellness drug policy. Other things to note on Raw. Nia Jax made her debut and destroyed this random diva that they put in front of her. Like, literally ate her alive. Like, it was... The match couldn't have been longer than 3 minutes, but it was bad. So they're marketing her as a very, very dominant force, and the WWE not to be reckoned with. Sasha Banks beat Charlotte for the women's title on Raw. Clean. No BS. So the boss is finally the boss, because now she is the women's champion. It's 2 months overdue, but she finally has done it. And I don't know if Bayley's going to be on Raw or Bayley's going to be on SmackDown because I missed the first 15 minutes. So when everyone was out on stage, I don't think I saw Bayley, and I definitely didn't see Bayley on SmackDown where the whole roster was out for SmackDown. So we're gonna hop into SmackDown because thus when all the superstars were out, SmackDown decided to have a six-pack challenge match for their number one contender for Dean Ambrose. And it was Alberto Del Rio, Bray Wyatt, Kane, Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, and then everybody, all the males had to compete in a battle royal, which Apollo Crews won. So there are your 6 people for the main event. Out of all people, oh, John Cena. John Cena was in the six-pack challenge. There we go. There's your 6th person. Out of all the people to win this six-pack challenge, it was Dolph Ziggler. Surprisingly, because Dolph Ziggler has been stuck in mid-card hell for the past 2 years. And so Dolph Ziggler gets a main event title shot at SummerSlam versus Dean Ambrose. So there is your 2 main events. You have Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for a title we don't know what it looks like yet, and with a horrible name, the Universal World Heavyweight Championship. And we have Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship. So there you go. It still hasn't been said if Sasha is going to defend her title on both shows or just Raw, because Becky Lynch beats Natty on SmackDown, then all the other divas come out challenging Becky Lynch, because it seems Becky Lynch is the top dog diva-wise on SmackDown, since she was the first diva drafted for SmackDown. So Alyssa Bliss comes out. I think her name is Cameron that comes out, the girl that used to be with Enzo and Cass. She comes out, Naomi comes out, and they all challenge Becky Lynch. So it'd be interesting if they bring back the Divas title and give it to SmackDown, or bring back another, or at this rate, you know, since WWE wants to make horrible names, maybe it's a brand new title. Who knows? I still don't know if it's been confirmed that if New Day is going to defend their tag team titles on both shows. Hasn't been confirmed yet, so we still don't know. But SmackDown moves at a way better pace live, 2 hours, than Raw. I think if Raw would even go down to 2 hours and a half, would make it a big difference. But that full extra hour on Raw live, it just drags it out so much. But and sometimes SmackDown picks up a little face because, you know, they may not have time to fit everything because it's live. But I just think that Raw needs to go back to 2 hours, or at least 2 hours and a half. Because Raw really still drags out. In undrama scripted news, Simon Gotch is having backstage brawls with Sin Cara. Apparently there was one time where Sin Cara threw an unopened can of soda at Simon Gotch because of what he said, and then punched him, and both those incidents put Simon Gotch down apparently. This is noted from Dave Mesler from F4W Online, and apparently Simon Gotch has a lot of heat with him, with other wrestlers, because of the things that he says. So that's what's going on backstage. Apparently Simon Gotch's mouth gets him in trouble, apparently. But that's what's going to wrap this up for this week's Drama Script Saturday. I still can't believe WWE picked a horrible name for their flagship title, Universal Championship. Doesn't roll off the tongue at all. But if you have liked what you have witnessed, remember there's a Drama Script Saturday every Saturday. And until next Saturday, guys, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And later, and